Namaste, Jaypal. When there was an Iran conflict, we were talking about the proxies of Iran. Iran has proxies. Iran was never fighting directly in the past also. They have number one the Hamas, functionally the proxies of Iran, Hezbollah, functionally the proxies of Iran, Houthis, proxies of Iran, and many such outfits here and there, smaller and larger, many proxies of Iran. They function for Iran, supported by Iran, and maintained by Iran. This we know. They have these proxies. Then we know that Pakistan has proxies. Pakistan's proxies, again, like these terrorist outfits, that is the Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, and many such things. All these Persian names. Lashkar-e-Tayyiba. That's not Hindi. That's not Urdu. They keep Persian names. That's Pakistan's proxy. Now, Bangladesh has not developed this kind of proxies to this extent. There are proxies, but within Bangladesh, the whole nation is now in turmoil. So that's the second question. Third is Turkey. Turkey directly do not have any proxies as we understand. But you see Turkey trying to help both Bangladesh and Pakistan. Look at the position of Turkey in the map and look at the position of Pakistan and Bangladesh in the map. They have to travel so long. Turkey is a part of Europe. Why do they travel so long to help Pakistan and Bangladesh? It's a question that you should ask yourselves. Turkey is a part of European Union. They are a European. That's why someone was commenting on Turkey as pseudo terrorists. Why are they interested in Pakistan and Bangladesh? Now another question, is Turkey so capable, both financially or technologically? All that we know that Turkey is having a drone creating factory, drones. That's what they have come to be known of late. They start supplying drones to both these places. But then they are not economically that strong to do this. They are not economically that strong to do it. Pakistan is capable of maintaining proxies like terrorist outfits, in spite of the fact that Pakistan is not economically strong enough to do it. Bangladesh is speaking high, in spite of the fact that they don't have food to eat. They don't have rice to eat. Pakistanis do not have wheat to eat. In spite of the fact they talk loud. Bangladesh even was trying to get the Turkian drone flying towards Bharat's border. Pakistan, of course, went to the extent of fighting Bharat, of course, which lasted, they could not last more than that. And Turkey is supplying things to them. Turkey is economically not powerful. Pakistan is economically very bad. Bangladesh stage is worse. Bangladesh is still worse. Now, it simply should be the case that these three are proxies of someone who is mightier, who is richer, who has technology. Whether it is an exceptionally foolproof technology or not, they have technology, they have things. Whose proxies are these people? Obviously, Turkey, Pakistan and Bangladesh, who maintain so many proxies, are the proxies of China. China is very good boy. China never comes out in picture. China functions behind the curtain, makes others do the dirty job. So these people are instruments to China. China is powerful. China is economically very strong, in spite of the lot of internal problems that's happening in China. But then they take advantage of the Iron Curtain communism. Communism is a rigid rule. It's a heavy dictatorship in disguise of a scientific democracy. That's what Marx says. Marx speaks of scientific democracy. Everything is scientific for Marx. And Marx, of course, had good intentions. I find him as a great thinker, though romantic in every sense. But then he speaks about scientific democracy. So they say that this is real democracy, like Hitler once taught about responsible democracy. So China, they say they're communists, but they're really not really the communists. If you look at the communist theories and Chinese functioning, in name they're communists, but they use the authoritarianism and dictatorship of communism, which is inbuilt in communism. That's why they suppress things. Whatever the internal problems China might have will never come out. They suppress. They use brutal force, and there's no one to ask. There's no opposition. The media has no such freedom. They have no connection with the external world in the real sense of the term. So what happens in China you do not know. But China still is economically powerful, in spite of their internal differences and problems. I was telling in that sense. There are a lot of internal differences and problems. The people of China are not that comfortable as it is projected. They have their problems, they have their difficulties, they have their disasters, and their disaster management is not that effective. Their weapons are not that effective, but they are big show. The weapons and Chinese toys are not very different. They have their inbuilt inherent drawback because most of them are copies. They are not that innovative to create these major things. They are innovative, undoubtedly, but not with larger scale of, especially military equipments. I don't know, they may be going for shortcuts. So copies are always copies. And Chinese equipments have this lifelessness. I don't know how else to put it. Lifelessness. So you can't trust the Chinese product as you can't trust the Chinese. Of course, these days you don't trust anyone in geopolitics, but China still more. So these people are the proxies of China, and they have their further proxies. So first order proxies, second order proxies, at times even third order proxies. All these are there in the game. So this, let's understand as the proxy ladder. Ladder of proxies: big proxy, smaller proxies, subservient proxies, subaltern proxies, and so on and so forth. So we shall see again with some other thought. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.